Hello, welcome to Steak Insanity. I'm your host, David, and this is a channel about my carnivore adventure. It's been probably 3 months since I updated anybody, and the reason for that is simply I haven't been on the diet. I haven't been doing anything. I've been eating a terrible diet with kind of no consideration, and I've put loads of weight back on, and I don't feel very good about it. I know I've talked in the past about how when I get sort of around 100 kilos, I start to have heart trouble, and that has come back. And I'll tell you, well, that'll become obvious in a minute. But yeah, I wanted to do an update. I've fasted again. So I've done a 7-day fast, and today is day 8 actually. And I've done about 7.5 days so far. I am starting to refeed today, so I'll have minimal calories and very little to eat today and tomorrow as I ramp back up, but it's probably going to take me the rest of the week. So today is a Monday. It will probably take me till Friday before I'm back up to eating a normal diet, but normal diet is going to be different this time, so that's something else I want to talk about. So anyway, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it this time. I just wanted to get on with it, do it, and then I thought I would pick up again now that I'm going back on carnivore, and I'll start doing some videos again. The other thing that's been going on in my life, which is a reason why I haven't been doing the videos, is you'll notice I'm in a new studio. This is my new studio space. I've finally got it organized enough, and I think I have a layout that I like. This will probably change over time as I try different setups and different looks and feels. But anyway, this is the feel that I'm going for today. We just had somebody in recording actually a load of videos. So they were in for 2 or 3 hours doing something, and they were using a very similar setup. And I really liked the way it worked, the way it looked. So I thought, hey, I should just sit down and do a video. No excuses. So I know I usually go into sort of facts and figures and data. So I have been tracking what's happened since, like, I was not on any sort of diet. I was not doing carnivore. I didn't try and warm up to go into fasting. I just literally cold went into fasting from eating basically shit every day. And so my weight when I started was 101.6 kilograms. And in the last 7 days, when I weighed in this morning, I was 95.3 kilos. So that's a 6.3 kilo loss over the 7 days, which is 13.9 pounds. So in the UK, we would call that a stone, basically. I was kind of hoping for more, if I'm honest, but I got to today. I was aiming for 10 days really to fast this time, because I did a 7-day fast last time and I started feeling quite ropey on day 7. But I felt very ropey today, and I knew I needed something to eat. And yeah, so I cut it off today at lunchtime. Now I'm on the way back, and I'll talk about what I'm eating in a minute. My body fat, when I started, was 32.3%, and it's down to 30.4%. So I think that's a pretty good improvement. That's like 2% basically body fat loss, which is all right. My visceral fat was 13, which is high, and it's now down to 11, which is in the green acceptable range. It's still a bit high. It's higher than I would like, but at least it's in sort of the kind of considered healthy range. And my step average over the last week has been 6,400 steps. Now that includes an outlier of yesterday that was nearly 11,000, well, it was 11,500 steps, where my wife and I went for a 7K walk. And I think that probably contributed to me feeling terrible today. I'm not sure that was the best idea to go for a 7K walk when I hadn't eaten on my day 7 of a water diet. So I think I probably won't do that when I do it next time. I do really enjoy doing the water fasting, and I sort of decided when I did it back in March that I would do it twice a year, roughly every 6 months. So now I've got till next March to sort of see what happens. But yeah, I really enjoy the way I feel when I'm doing it right up until I get to the point that I like just crash. And I find that for me, I crash around day 7. This time it was day 8. So I gained a day over last time, which I think is probably pretty good. But yeah, it's I seem to have a limit, even though mentally I could do it. I wasn't starving. I didn't feel hungry or anything. Today I started getting very lightheaded. I had to help, our client who was coming in to do the filming. I had to help them carry some stuff in, and I was getting lightheaded. When I sat down, I felt terrible, and I was like, okay, I need to eat something. I just can't go on anymore. So refeeding is very important. If you've been fasting for anything kind of longer than 2 or 3 days, you really need to pay attention to how you get back onto food again. So today for lunch, I had some beef broth, and it's actually some bone broth that you can get at Marks and Spencer's. I'm not paid by M&S. I'm just saying that's what I had. It's totally natural. It's keto friendly. It's carnivore friendly. It's fat. It even says on the label it's fasting friendly, which is great. So I had some of that to drink, and I had 1 egg, and I had just a hard-boiled egg, but just to get something that's a little more solid going. And then I had a few raisins as well. Later this afternoon, if I feel okay, then I'll have it. They recommend usually like something light, like some fish or some seafood or something like that. That's quite light. No meat yet. And so I thought I might have maybe some prawns or something later. So yeah, that'll be later this afternoon. Again, I'll kind of see how I get on, how I feel. If I feel okay, then I might try a little bit of maybe some mince later this evening, because that's a little bit easier than having just a proper steak. And then I'll probably do the same thing tomorrow. I'll just have a little more of everything. And then what I want to work on to is I'm going to combine 2 things. So I'm going to combine carnivore diet with 1 meal a day. So I don't want to eat. I basically am going to do my 1 meal a day in the evening when I get home after work, and I won't eat during the day. And I'm also, I'm going to be pretty strict on carnivore this time. I'm going to try and keep dairy out as much as possible, except for eggs. And I'm going to see how that goes. I've kind of got to the point that I kind of like black coffee. I never really did, but it's okay. I can deal with it. I am mostly off of caffeine, so I kind of think on one hand, maybe I'll just stop the caffeine altogether and just stay on water and other stuff instead. So I'll report back and let you know how that goes and what I feel like and what I think I'm going to do. But yeah, I've been having a little bit of coffee and a little bit of tea, but during the fast, I've only had black coffee and black tea, and I've had decaf tea. So anyway, that's where I am now. I fully expect that based on what happened last time, as I start to refeed and I start to eat again, I'll probably gain back half of what I lost. But I want to try and keep that to a minimum, because part of the reason that I did it this time is I did want to get my weight back below 100 kilos, because that for me, there's like a line there. And as soon as I start to get to 100 kilos, I start to get sleep apnea again. My blood oxygen level at night goes down and I don't feel well. And I get kind of like heart palpitations and all sorts of crazy stuff. So I don't want that to start again. So I thought if I could get a little bit of a head start and, maybe only put a couple of kilos back on when I start to refeed, then that'll be all right. And if I stick really strictly now to carnivore diet and doing 1 meal a day, then hopefully that will help it as well. So anyway, that's where I am at the minute. If you're watching this and you've watched videos before, I'm really glad that you've stuck with the channel and that you're still here. I've still got quite a few subscribers, so hopefully you guys will be happy with me doing some content again. If you have any comments or you have any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the comment section. I do read all the comments because I don't have that many to go through. And if you haven't subscribed, if this is new and it's popped up in your feed, then please subscribe to the channel and go back and watch some of the old videos. When I did my fast the first time earlier in the year, I did report on every single day. So if you're interested in kind of how I felt every day when I did it, you can go back and watch that, and you can go back and watch any of my struggles and just some funny observations that I've had along the way. And yeah, don't forget to hit the bell so that you can get notified when I put new episodes out. But I've now got a clear run in the studio of a couple of weeks where I'm only editing. And so I'll have some time and the ability to go back and actually start recording again. So I'll keep this set up like it is now. And yeah, and hopefully I will stick with it. So I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye-bye.